everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're going to be finally doing the next common route in R.I.P today. I know it's been like 2 weeks since I posted the last video, but I was trying to also get Cupid Parasite caught up as well, because I want to go down to just one game playing, and Cupid Parasite is also lasting a really long time. It's a fan disc, and it's not as popular as this one, but so I'm trying to like get it out of the way so I can focus. Also, there's like Battlefield Waltz coming out soon in 4 days. I also want to play that too, so I mean, hopefully this doesn't take like 2 more months to finish. Well, I'm going to try to maybe see if I can post them quicker than just 1 day every day. But we'll see how well that goes. I just put together a new desk, so that delayed my uploads by 1 day. But we're doing the Spirit World, not Spirit Realm. Doing Spirit World common route today. It has Yukimaro and Koharu in it, and I thought Koharu was next, but it's recommended Yukimaro next. And he's got some voice actors that I recognize. He's Chubby Snell from Cupid Parasite and Limbo from Busta Fellows, which is the only 2 games that I played out of the list. I know he's not going to sound anything like those because I already know that I don't like his voice acting in this. So, but maybe I'll calm down a bit when he's not so excited and we can I'll be able to hear Shelby in it. But I like Shelby. Anyway, so I'm going to be starting the common route from the prologue selection here. It'll take us down the Spirit World. This will be the 4th common route that is played in this series. So if you haven't watched any of the other ones, or if you don't want spoilers for any of the other ones, I would recommend watching those first. I have the episodes listed in a play order by episode number, and I will be talking about and comparing things from what I've already read. So if you don't want spoilers, I would recommend going and watching those first. Otherwise, you will probably get spoilers from other routes and other characters in this, as I like talking about them as they come up, as they become relevant to the story. With that said, let's start. So we've already done this Talk to Tsubasa, but that was in the previous one that that was from walkthrough number 1 with Kuraha, and I deleted that save, that's why it's not there. But we're gonna escape reality with something delicious, and since we've already seen all this, I will skip to go to where she prays at the shrine, because that's our next choice to divert. We did actually never mind to go to the other realm where Minami and Seiya were. So now we're gonna go pray. My bad. Now we're gonna go pray at the shrine. She's having her issues with her career path survey. If you've watched any of my episodes up until now, this is like the main thing that has caused her problems and has caused her to meet these ghosts in the first place. I tried to run away from my problems. Now maybe it was time to ask a higher power, but which god should I pray to? I was at a loss. They say all who believe are saved, so... Surrounded by an eerie silence that made the hair stand up on my arms, I walked towards the shrine. There I saw a man who appeared to be a priest sweeping the nearby grounds.
こんにちは。その制服、成見ヶ浜高校の生徒さんですな。帰り道に寄ってくださったのですかな?
Hello, yes, I've come to pray before I return home.
そうですな。この時間は大間が時ですから、そうした方がいい。
Right. Replying sheepishly, I headed to the donation box. The Devil's Hour. Sayaka told me something about that one time. What was it again? Arriving at the donation box, I took out a 10-yen coin and tossed it inside. Please help me find my correct career path. Actually, that sounds kind of strange. Help me find my interest or what I'm good at. Yes, help me find what I'm supposed to do. I mentioned this in like the common route of I think Seiya, but I went down this on accident because I'm like, oh, it's a choice that we haven't read. And we're going to go down here because, you know, we haven't read it, and it spoiled CG for me. So I do know what the CG is. So if my surprise is not, you know, like, oh my gosh, who is that? It's because I've already saw the CG, it got spoiled, and then I was like, wait, I think I'm doing this wrong. And I went back and redid it. Anyway. And also for my mom, I pray deeply and sincerely.
これは面白い人の子だ。
And that's Yukimaro's voice. Huh?
実に厄介なものに見入られておる。よく今まで無事でいられたものだ。
誰が厄介者ですか?
And this is a voice we've never heard before. Who is that?
おお、聞こえておりましたか。つい本音が漏れてしまっていけない。
うん、別にいいです。それよりもあっちに行ってくださいです。僕と彼女の邪魔しないでほしいです。
Stop bothering us. What? That high-pitched voice is the same as the one I heard in my room. Which one though? Which high-pitched? Like, it's been forever since I heard that voice. I don't even know whose voice it is right now. I looked around, but I couldn't find anyone. Yet I was sure I just heard someone speaking.
その言いよう、影でこの娘を付け狙うストーカーのようですな。
Okay, so the voice that she heard was the other one that we don't have a clue of who it is yet. That's Yukimaro. We saw him in a couple of other routes.
ストーカー? そんな物騒なものじゃないのです。見守っていると言ってくださいです。
This is a ghost we have never seen before, and I think, well, I don't think, I know that this guy is in the secret route because I've seen the secret route image whenever I was clicking through the walkthroughs, and this person is there. So I think he's the secret route character that you go down. I don't even know his name. I've been avoiding spoilers for that. I wonder if he's the god that sent her away all those other times though. There was like a god of death or something that Manami said that has been watching over her and has sent her down the dark paths to try and, I guess, correct her train of thinking or whatever to help her with her career surveys. So maybe this is it?
ほほ、これはこれは。
なんですか?
いや、同じセリフを昨日ドラマで見たばかりでしてな。ストーカーがそう言うておりましたぞ。
That's funny.
ああ、もううるさいです。部外者は高間ヶ原にでも帰ってどうぞ。
Takemagahara. Wonder what that is. This is really creeping me out. Is this some kind of hallucination? Maybe I'm just tired.
いえ、疲れておりますな。
You're possessed. Ah. I turned around to see the priest standing directly in front of me. He had a concerned look on his face.
払って差し上げたいが、この時間効果はないかもしれんな。
An exorcism? Wait. Do you think I'm possessed by something evil?
いや、念のためじゃ。今しがた妙な気を感じたのでな。
Could that explain the voices I heard?
明日の放課後にでももう一度ここへ来なされ。
I understand. The shrine is very old, well guarded, and the priest is someone my family trusts. So I don't want to get wrapped up in anything strange. With a bit of fear, trepidation, and skepticism, I left the shrine. That's pretty much all I've read, so everything after this is new to me. The next day, I took the survey I had in my bag and placed it inside a drawer on my desk. All that was written on it was my name. Feared my mother might catch me working on it. I couldn't concentrate on it.
あ、はよ。今朝は早かったんだね。
Morning. I woke up early and I couldn't go back to sleep. Actually, I didn't sleep much at all. My mind turned over what to do with my life as sleep just never came. I'm just so tired of thinking about this.
おーい、大丈夫?
Sorry, I kind of spaced out.
もう仕方ないな。
As she groaned, Sayaka reached inside her bag and placed an energy drink on my desk.
これでも飲んでシャキッとしな。
Thanks. Saika stared back at me with a bitter smile on her face.
何かあって話したいならいつでも相談に乗るからね。
That Saika returned to her seat. I'm afraid it won't work this time. I didn't even have the courage to talk to her about all this. It sounds familiar, but I want to keep reading just in case. Before I knew it, the final bell had rung, and school was out for the day. Getting ready to go home, I took my books out of my desk and found the blank sheet of paper where I was supposed to write about my future. Maybe I should write, say, university and just be done with it. As that thought entered my mind, I felt a sharp ringing in my ear.
探しましょう。
Is that the same voice at the shrine? Is it? I think it is. Huh? I quickly looked around the classroom, but there was no one else there. There's nobody here. Where had everybody gone? There were so many people here just a while ago. So many strange things had been happening to me. I felt dazed and my muscles felt cold. Maybe I should go see a doctor or something.
探しましょう。あなたの道を。
This time I heard it clear as day. There it is again, that voice. Who are you? I called out to the empty room.
僕はあなたを闇へ誘うもの。
The one that will lead you to darkness.
これから先は困難しかありません。
But have faith.
でもどうか諦めないで。前を向ければ必ず見つかります。あなただけの道が。
The moment the voice stopped, your past survey? Is it going to be ripped? My eyes got all blurry and my head shook. Then all at once the world went dark. Put my head down on my desk and heard a kind of fluttering sound above me. Oh? As I slowly raised my head, I saw the career path survey floating above me. What? Seeing something so strange, I immediately leapt out of my seat.
ああ、やめてくださいです。プリント返して。
What the heck is going on? That voice, it's the same one as before. Felt different, but no doubt it had the same timbre. Oh, really? And that voice at the shrine, that was the same one too. So he is that person. My pocket buzzed, and I jumped into panic. Ah, it's my phone. I quickly took out the cell phone to see the word Mom on the display. Needing her help, I hastily pressed the answer button just then. When I raised my head again, I saw a single piece of white chalk floating near the blackboard. Slowly, it began to write something. This can't be happening. In a state of near panic, I read the words written on the blackboard. Go to Skooma Shrine. Come to us. Skooma Shrine. As though responding to me, the chalk began to write on the board again. Yes, exorcise the haunting. Oh my goodness, what is happening? The priest said he needed to do an exorcism yesterday and told me to go to the shrine after school. I hadn't decided whether to go yet, but I was afraid to go against what this thing in the classroom was telling me to do. I know, right? I would be too. I understand. I'll head to the shrine right away.
ダメダメなのです。そんなあやかしの言葉を信じたら人生が破滅するです。
Oh, really? The spirit will ruin your life? Who is it? It was the voice from before. It seemed that the voice and whatever was writing on the chalkboard were different. Perhaps the one speaking is trying to trick me. Debating what to do, I saw new words appear on the chalkboard. Don't listen to the voice. Who is it? I wonder if it's Koharu. Koharu could be the one doing that. He's the Ouija board spirit, and he might not manifest if you don't call him, but he can move like the coin around on the Ouija board, which is what he was doing. But he was visible to her, so I don't know. That's just my guess. I wonder if both the voice and the chalkboard are spirits. In that case, they both seem rather suspicious. The voice said my life would be ruined. That seemed to be an overstatement, and likely designed to trick me. Besides, seeing as the blackboard spirit specified the Skooma Shrine, it seemed to be more believable of the two. It wants me to exorcise the haunting, which means it's probably trying to help me, or trying to exorcise whatever is speaking to you, which I think is the boy. whatever Manami said was following you. I quickly gathered my things in my bag and left the classroom. She didn't listen. She went. Instead of ruin her life, I wonder if she's going to be dead in this one, because she's been spirited away twice, and then she has been in a coma where her spirit's kind of wandering outside of her body. She hasn't been dead yet, so desperate to be rid of whatever was going on, I rushed to Tsukumo Shrine.
おお、来たのじゃな。祈祷の準備は整っておるぞ。
Actually, I've been hearing strange voices and seeing strange things recently.
わかっておる、わかっておる。やはり取りつかれているようだな。
Priest looked at the area above my head and squinted his eyes. The look in his eyes told me that there was indeed something there.
かなり強力なあやかしのようだが、何心配はいらん。
A powerful demon. I wonder if it's Manami, because Manami's been with her too this whole time as well.
何を隠そう、わしは正解を得てから神職一筋数十年のプロ宮司じゃからの。
Professional exorcist.
あやかし駆除など害虫駆除よりたやすいもの。成功な暁には口コミで星5つほど投稿していただければ幸いじゃ。
Rate me 5 stars online. I know. This is starting to feel really suspicious. You know, on second thought.
静かに集中せねばならん。そのままじっとしていなされ。
You are not getting out of this. He placed his hands on my shoulders to keep me still and then sprinkled salt on my head. All I could do was watch him in silence. Huh? There's Yukimaro. Next to the priest, there was some kind of a silhouette or mist or something. I could only faintly see it, but it appeared to be in the shape of a human.
手応えあり。静まれ、静まれ。
Is he a demon though? There's something strange next to you.
今払っておる。しばし待たれよ。
After speaking, he began murmuring something under his breath. I wasn't as knowledgeable about this kind of thing as Sayaka was, but I guessed it was a prayer.
ほう、これはまた見事なものじゃ。
Maybe it was just my imagination, but I was seeing it more clearly than before. To be sure, I tried staring directly at it and our eyes met.
お、なんと目があったか。これは感動。我がさっきの黒板じゃぞ。
That's funny. He's the blackboard guy, and the other voice is the one telling her not to go. So they know each other, but I don't think they're hostile towards each other. It seems like they were like friends bickering is what they felt like to me at the shrine.
神主が我の姿を見えるようにしてくれたか。これは傑作。
Is he talking to me? He said he's the blackboard guy, but... Blink. I tried to ignore him and close my eyes, pretending to be in deep prayer. Please make the blackboard spirit appearance and voice go away. Please, please, please.
かけまくも賢きイザナギの狼。つくしのひむかの立花のおどの淡木原に。
The priest's body trembled as he chanted the sacred words. How do you know? Your eyes are closed. Then...
払いたまえ、清めたまえ。ほー
With that resounding shout, the priest collapsed on the floor on his knees, to the floor on his knees.
終わりましたぞ、お嬢さん。
When I opened my eyes, the blackboard spirit that was there before had vanished. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you so much.
いやー、なかなか強力なもののけがついていたので大変じゃった。
いやーやー、なかなかに良いノリとだったぞ。
What, is he fully manifested now? Ah! Next to me stood the blackboard spirit. His appearance and voice were even clearer than before.
お、どうなされた？ゴキブリでもおったかの？
Did you see a cockroach? He's still here. Here, right here.
しかしきれいさっぱり払いましたぞ。そこには何もいないようじゃし。
Yeah, you don't see anything in her, but he's manifested right in front of her.
ああ、もしかするとわしが払うなんて言ったものだから先入観を持たせてしもたか。
What do you mean?
心の持ちよう、幻覚じゃ。
Wait, the priest really can't see this guy. You mean you can't see him? The guy in the kimono with long hair. The priest craned his neck to look around, but his face remained skeptical.
うん。わしが払ったのは子供のような姿をしていて、ふわふわと宙を舞うもののけでしたぞ。
Okay, the appearance of a child. So either Minami or the other spirit that brought her into darkness that was arguing, saying, don't go there. One of those two. Huh? Then that spirit was totally different from the Blackboard spirit. Does that mean he only got rid of the voice spirit? The priest's description sounded like the voice I was hearing in my head. It's probably not Minami, because this is not like the other realm comment or anything, so they're probably talking about the other guy. The one that's been with her since the beginning. The one Minami talked about.
それではわしは仕事が残っておりますので、これにて失礼しますぞ。
Wait, the Blackboard spirit.
残念ながらあの者には我の姿が見えておらぬようだの。
Why is this happening? I turned to look at the Blackboard spirit. So, you're the one who wrote on the blackboard telling me to come here.
いかにも。昨日神社で出会ってからずっとお主の様子を見ていたのだ。
After saying that, he gently took my hand. Oh, really? Look at him, he's so elegant looking.
我が名はYukimaro。座敷わらし見習いとして人々に幸福をもたらしているあやかしにございます。
That was such a lovely introduction. I think I'm starting to like this guy better. Like, I really liked his character design. I was really looking forward to him. His voice turned me off a bit from that, but I'm getting used to it. And I would be charmed with that kind of introduction too. So, guardian spirit. So he really is a spirit. Let's see. After the priest performs the exorcism on the protagonist, she becomes able to see a guardian spirit named Yukimaro. He claims to be the spirit that brings happiness to people. Oh, really? He has been deemed the protagonist's guardian spirit. This will be a fun route, I think.
我は今日から汝の座敷わらしとなりましょう。
Whatever voice he's using now, can you keep that throughout the whole thing? I really like it.
この時、この言葉をもって正式な宣言とする。
Formal declaration. Yes. So wait, what exactly is going on here? This guy is going to become my guardian spirit?
というわけで、よろしく頼むぞ、我が主様。
You ruined it. You ruined the moment. Dang it. The spirit that called himself Yukimaro smiled as he said this to me. The end. Chapter 1. We're in chapter 1 of the spirit world now. We're going to do this chapter, and then that's going to be the end of this episode. I stood there in a daze. Before me was a spirit. He claimed he was an apprentice guardian spirit named Yukimaro. He smiled as he held my hand. The term guardian spirit caught my attention, but my mind wasn't keeping up.
それで、主様の家はどこなのだ？腹が減ったので美味しいものを馳走してくれ。
Did he intend to follow me home? No way, I have to run. This Yukimaro seemed to be in high spirits as he stood next to me. I had a feeling that even if I ran, he'd follow me, and considering how unathletic I was, I had very little confidence I could outrun him. So I divert his attention. Okay, Koharu is also give up. So we're going to divert his attention first. I have no choice. I know this is such a lame thing to try, but I need to. I took a step towards Yukimaro and immediately let go of his hand. Look Look over there! Over there! I see a delicious looking parfait! I yelled and pointed to a random area.
なんと
Oh my goodness, he fell for it. It was a move of total desperation, but Yukimaro fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. He looked towards the direction I pointed, squinting his eyes to see. Now's my chance. I bolted away while he remained distracted. I wonder if I could go back yet. Probably. I ran as fast as I could for quite some time before stopping when I hit my limit. I bent over my knees and tried to catch my breath. I looked up and noticed I was already near home. I made it this far. I should be okay. If I made it this far. I fearfully turned around, yet saw nobody behind me. I'm sure I can go back, so let's go back. Alright, give up. I gave up and faced Yukimaro. Please don't follow me home. That face. I was clear and firm in my rejection, but for some reason he smiled. Why is he smiling?
やっとまともに口を聞いてくれたな。さっきまで仰天するばかりだったからの。
I mean, I'd gawk at you too. You're very good looking. His joyous smile threw me off. Honestly, looking at him, he just looks like an ordinary person. I immediately shook my head. Just don't follow me. I pulled my hand away from his and immediately started to run. If this was a dream, I wanted to wake up, but I felt the only way to do that was to push him away. I did my best not to turn around and look at him as I ran out of Tsukumo Shrine. Okay, yeah, I could have gone back. Let's keep going a little bit. I fearfully turned around, yet saw nobody behind me. Is he gone? Did I escape? Still anxious, I continued to look around, seeing no trace of him. I hurriedly took out my phone and called Sayaka in a panic. After several rings, she finally picked up.
Hi, hi. どうしたの?
Hearing my friend's happy tone, I finally felt like I had returned to reality. Sayaka, you have to listen to me. Perhaps out of a sense of relief, the words burst out like water from a broken dam. I realized it didn't make much sense at all, but Sayaka said nothing as she listened to me. She didn't even laugh.
何それ何それ私も会ってみたいんだけどつくも神社かあそこに妖怪伝説があるとは
So she's not going to be dead in this one, she's going to be alive? Classic Sayaka, though given her love of the occult, I don't know what I expected. Not once did she doubt my story. I imagined her on the other end of the phone, her eyes sparkling, her body lurched forward with excitement.
座敷わらしだと子供の姿をした妖怪だったよね
Is Yukimaro lying to her? Is he pretending to be? Yeah, but he didn't look like a kid at all. He looked like an adult. Maybe the child that was exorcised out of her is her guardian spirit, and Yukimaro's assuming the role.
それについては諸説あるみたいなんだよねでも幸せにしてくれる妖怪だよ出会えてよかったじゃん
Are you kidding? I just want to get rid of him.
私も妖怪に関してはあんまり詳しくないんだよね神主さんに見えてないなら払ってもらうこともできないだろうしあ、そうだこっくりさんをやってみたら
Well, here's how we beat Koharu. Sayaka's voice slept as though she had just come up with the world's best idea. And I think Koharu and Yukimaro know each other too because they were bickering as well. Getting the situation I found myself in, I rolled my eyes. Impressive as always, Sayaka, regardless of the question, the answer always has something to do with the occult.
文句言わないのやり方をメールで送るからきちんと読んでからやるんだよ
Okay. I guess it's worth a shot. As soon as I finished talking with Sayaka, I rushed back home, desperate to find a solution to this problem. I mean, he doesn't seem harmful. I'd be okay with him following me around. Once in the door, I locked it tightly. I have no idea if locks work on spirits. Still filled with fear, I entered the living room. No one else had arrived home yet. The space was painfully quiet. Ah! My phone suddenly rang and my whole body leapt up off the ground. Huh. I can't believe I'm scared of my own phone. Figured it was Sayaka and quickly opened up the messaging app. As expected, it was a message from Sayaka telling me how to use the spirit board along with a message that she was worried. Read and follow the instructions on the site, okay? Until the ritual is over, you can't take your finger off the coin. Got it? I know, or he'll haunt you. Do you want me to do it with you? I'm studying right now, but I think I could go see you. I wish Sayaka would come, but I don't want to get in the way of her studying. I also didn't want to worry her. The spirit's not in the house, so I think I'm okay. Thanks anyway. He isn't here, right? Anyone who's seen Mary Mrs. Root, I'm sorry. I almost did it in his tone, but I was like, no. I carefully looked around, but there was no one else in the room. I wasn't dreaming all this, was I? It all seemed so real. I couldn't actually have made the whole thing up, right? But seeing as he's not here right now, maybe I don't need to use a spirit board. I started to calm down and let out a big sigh. I'm exhausted. I collapse. I muttered and threw my bag onto the sofa as soon as I did that. Your house is haunted. The TV suddenly turned on and I couldn't help but scream. Carefully, I checked the TV and saw that the remote was on the sofa, smushed under my bag. Oh, okay, that would have been funny if he's just pulling pranks on you all the time. Oh, that sure surprised me. A dry, nervous laugh escaped my lips. I'm not going to be able to handle this. I may be safe now, but if I bump into that spirit again somewhere else, I might not be able to escape this time. I gulped in fear as I imagined the situation. Maybe I should try using the spirit board. Realizing I was only thinking that way because of Sayaka, I shook my head at the absurdity of it. On the other hand, the guardian spirit was real, and I saw it with my own eyes. Then maybe the spirit board is real too. Gulping hard, I placed my phone on the table and opened the email Sayaka sent me. I guess I've got nothing to lose. I got my wallet out of the bag, took out a coin and placed it on the table. Then I took out my notebook and tore out a piece of paper. And just as the image on my phone showed, I wrote letters and a shrine archway. You could just make your own. Okay. I did exactly as the site Sayaka sent me to instructed and took a deep breath. A part of me didn't think anything would happen, but another part of me had high hopes, thinking this might solve my problem. Spirit board, please come forth. I placed my forefinger on the coin and spoke out in a quivering voice. Some time passed and nothing happened. Maybe I should try again. Spirit board, please come forth. The lights in the living room started to flicker and I caught myself almost letting go of the coin out of fear, yet I managed to endure it. I can't let go of the coin. In the other route, he was like, don't you dare take your finger off the coin, because then I would have to haunt you and you wouldn't want to put me through that trouble, would you? Sayaka was very clear about that. I took a deep breath and steeled myself. Spirit board. Just then, the coin started moving on its own and stopped on yes. Oh, she's not going to see him this time. Probably because she's not spirited away. No way. I hadn't pushed the coin at all. Again, it started to move on its own. The coin glided quickly over the letters. Hurry up. No, he's a not very patient spirit. Oh no. I knew what I wanted to ask, but the fact that this actually worked made my mind go blank.
小春のやつ、相変わらず不真面目な態度で仕事しようって。
Yeah, let's go hard. And he's there. He's there. The spirit from before was standing right next to me.
急に叫ぶでない。耳がおかしくなるではないか。
How did you get in? I thought I locked the door.
主様の行くところ、どこへでも参るぞ。
He just materializes wherever.
それより、指を離してよかったのかの。友の警告に反しておるのではないか。
Did she? The spirit scared me so much that I had jumped and inadvertently let go of the coin. Oh no. Oh no. As soon as I let go, purple smoke began to billow out of my hand-drawn shrine archway. What is this? What do I do? I'm going to be haunted. Purple smoke spread throughout the room and I couldn't see past it.
よっ待っておったぞー
Waiting for what? He clapped and cheered. I, on the other hand, was on a state of sheer panic on account of the smoke. Oh my goodness, what is that? Creepy. I think, is that Koharu? From inside the purple haze, a hand reached out. There he is.
禁忌を犯したな、人間。
Oh, I want to do his route so bad. Like, I really want to. I want to be haunted by him. The man that appeared before me looked truly horrific. His eye, very close to mine, glared down at me. He looked furious. I trembled with fear and felt my knees grow weak.
それから指を離せば、こっくりさんがつく。知らなかったのか?
He looks so cool. He could have asked me what I had for lunch, and I wouldn't have been able to answer. I was scared beyond the capacity for rational thought.
まったく、面倒なことをしてくれた。まあいい。小娘、名を何という?
What is your name, pray? I couldn't even formulate a response.
さっさと名乗れ。人間ごときが俺を待たせるんじゃねえ。
Irritation aimed at me burned in his eyes. I have to say something. What are we gonna tell him? First we're gonna say hold back. I obeyed his command. I might end up in even more trouble. I refuse to tell you. I was undeniably scared, but I resisted with all my being.
そうか。俺に歯向かうとどんなことになるのか。教えてやるしかなさそうだな。
He stared down at me so close with threatening glare that I found myself unable to speak. It's Misa. I felt pathetic for putting up so little resistance, but in the end I folded. I know, right? I would too.
いいだろう。ただし、次に歯向かってきたら、容赦しねえからな。
His face was still sharp as he glowered at me with a narrowed eye.
俺の名は小春。ミサ、今日からてめえは俺の犬だ。禁忌を犯した代償を払ってもらうぜ。
Oh my goodness. With that, he roughly let go of my chin. Alright, let's go back up. Yeah. Alright, tell him my name. Misa Ishiki. My throat was closed tight, but I managed to say my name out loud. When I answered, the man before me softened and smiled ever so slightly.
ミサか。素直なのか、恐れ知らずなのか。怪異相手に名を教えるのは得策じゃねえぞ。
I know we're gonna curse you. I only told him my name because I was so scared of him. I was worried that he might do something worse to me if I stayed quiet. I mean, he said he was going to, yeah. And yet, me telling him my name did seem to make him relax slightly.
ま、素直なやつは扱いやすくていい。気に入ったぜ。俺の名は小春。ミサ、今日からてめえは俺の犬だ。禁忌を犯した代償を払ってもらうぜ。
With that, he roughly let go of my chin. I'm going to pay. What do I have to do? His words struck fear into my heart, and I couldn't help but ask what he meant.
俺の手足となって働けばいい。期限は、俺が満足するまで。
I thought you were going to haunt her, not make her your slave. What?
かっこつけた登場だったの小春
A voice suddenly resounded in my ears, cutting between Koharu and me. That's right, Yukimaro is here too. Koharu's entrance was so intense that I nearly forgot about him.
なんでてめえがここにいるんだよ
Yukimaro is going to make you look so much less intimidating that it's kind of funny.
さっきからいたのだがの。お主が煙なんて撒くものだから見えなかったのだろう。演出があだになったな。
See, he's gonna downplay everything that Koharu said. These two know each other. I stood there dumbfounded, looking back and forth between them. Koharu was so intimidating earlier, but Yukimaro seemed to throw him off. Flashing back to his intimidating self, Koharu suddenly turned to me.
なんでこいつがここにいる
What are you asking her for? Well, you see, supposedly he's my guardian spirit.
はほうようやく認めてくれたか、我が主様
Oh my goodness. That is the only way to explain the situation, right? I rushed to explain the situation, which only seemed to please Yukimaro more. His face was the total opposite of Koharu, who was furious.
おい、犬、仕事だ。雪丸を追い出せ。
Get rid of him. Well, I can't. I mean, that's why I used the spirit board. I wanted to ask you to teach me how to get rid of him. He's so angry. Koharu grunted, looking truly vexed. Yukimaro, on the other hand, put his hand on his chin and casually began to speak.
ふむならば今日から3人で暮らすことになるのか。
Oh, really? You guys could be living in her house? It was the most surprising thing I'd heard so far that day.
にぎやかになりそうで楽しみだな。
I know, right? No, wait, please get out. I protested, but Yukimaro smiled happily back at me. It seemed I wasn't getting through to him at all.
たく、なんでよりにもよって雪丸のアホが一緒なんだよ。ミサ、てめえが儀式を正しくやってたら、俺がつかなくてよかったってのに、面倒なことをしてくれたぜ。
He says it like it's a chore. I wouldn't have to haunt you. I'm so sorry. What should I do? I wished for anybody to get me out of this. I started praying when suddenly...
3人ではないです。
It won't be 3. It's gonna be 4 of you. Oh my goodness. It wasn't the voice of Yukimaro, nor Koharu that chimed in. Random person come in. I turned around and saw a boy dressed in strange clothing floating in the air. This boy's his appearance. Oh.
わしが払ったのは子供のような姿をしていて、ふわふわと宙を舞うもののけでしたぞ。
Did he say he was evil too? So this is the boy that the priest supposedly got rid of.
これは神様。どうしてあなた様がこちらへ
Oh, he acknowledged him as a god. A god? Let's see him. He looks cool. He's all pink. He's like very feminine.
何を白々しい。僕が払われるのを見ていたくせに。おかげでミサさんを守れなくなっちゃったじゃないですか。
According to Minami, you're the god of death, though. The boy seemed to be pouting. He certainly wasn't acting like a god. I couldn't help but stare at him. Then our eyes met.
あ、どうしよう。ミサさんと目が合っちゃった。
No name call, skip name? What was that supposed to mean? Skipping the introduction, making eye contact, does that make him embarrassed? Boy seemed deeply moved, almost to the point of tears.
こうして視線を交わす日が来ようとは。僕、感激です。
You're so strange. So the voices I've been hearing for the past few days, that was you?
ですです。あなたが幼い頃からずっと見てきたです。
So has Minami.
僕はあなたに13年間寄り添っていたです。
He spoke with so much pride that I couldn't help but take a step back.
うわーストーカー発言を堂々とされるあたり、さすがは神様ですな。
Top tier cringe. God tier level cringe.
たまるです。この下道が。
Heretic.
なんだってあやかしと神がついてんだよ。お前、普通の人間じゃないんじゃねえか？
Obviously. I honestly don't know how to respond to that. Surrounded by the ruckus, all I could do was stand there at a loss. Just then I suddenly heard the front door unlock.
ただいま。
Oh, welcome back. About all these people.
この人たちって誰のことなの？
I know, I'm like, no one's gonna see them. Oh, right, she can't see them. Oh, nothing.
変な子ね。
She's like, what's wrong with you? In all honesty, I was just relieved that she didn't scream upon entering the room, but that relief was short-lived.
あら、これってこっくりさんじゃない？
Oh no, I totally left that on the table.
さやかちゃんオカルト大好きだから一緒にやっていたんでしょう。
Plain. Yep, exactly. She mentioned she wanted to try it out. Sorry, Sayaka.
懐かしいわ。お母さんも学生の頃にやったっけ？せっかくだし一緒に。
No, no, we can't. Absolutely not. This isn't something you should take lightly. I swiftly snatched up the spirit board paper from the table. I'm going to my room.
ちょっと。
I ignored her, calling out, and ran out of the living room. You guys can come in now. I returned to my room and changed out of my uniform. I called out to them when I finished. This has gotta be awkward, man. They gotta wait. I mean, they can vanish for a little bit, right? Because Yukimaro was, you know, not there for a little bit. But you have these three men just like staring at you, and you're like, I need to change. Go outside. Yukimaro, Koharu, and the boy who called himself some kind of god. I swiftly invited them into my room. They stood before me as if it was the most natural thing in the world, and I sighed. As I changed, I had mulled them over in my mind. I can't run from them or get rid of them, which means I need to convince them to leave. He looks like he's always slyly watching you. Concluding that I had to persuade each of them, I started with Yukimaro. Yukimaro, you're my guardian spirit, right?
まだ見習いである。主と決めたものを幸せにすることが我の仕事なのだ。
In training. So if his goal is to make me happy, then all I have to do is feel happy. I'm plenty satisfied with my current life. I'm happy, so please see yourself out. I spoke with confidence, but Yukimaro pointed his fan accusingly at me.
クーリングオフは受け付けぬ。
Takesies, backsies?
お主が我の主様だとすでに座敷わらし協会に届け出を出したのでな。
As a guardian spirit society. Does something like that really exist?
座敷わらしってのは今の時代は組合になっていてな。
Unionized?
人間を幸せにしてって変わったあやかしたちのボランティア活動みたいなもんだ。
Eccentric spirits. The organization Yukimaro belongs to, spirits who wish happiness for mankind gather under this organization. He calls them eccentric. Thanks to Koharu's explanation, I got the general idea about what they did, but as a human, I was surprised to know that such a group existed.
主様が神社を全力疾走した後、教会に連絡しておいたのだ。
That made sense. He didn't follow me because he was submitting the paperwork to be my guardian spirit. Wait a minute, what am I saying? None of this makes any sense. The whole thing made me feel so powerless, but I regained my composure and began to speak. So, why did you choose me as your master?
神がついている人間などそうはおらぬからの。面白そうだと思ったのだ。
Hearing that, I looked over at the boy. And you're that god.
そんな他人行儀な言い方をしないでくださいです。
I don't think that was shyly spoken, but
僕にはトーカっていう名があるので、そう呼んでください。
okay, he says Toka. Right. I felt kind of bad. Toka certainly didn't act like a god, so it was hard for me to see him as one.
いつもはあなたを見守っているです。 時には矜持を与えたりもしますが、
Yes, you certainly do. You spirited her away twice.
教授って。お前、いや、あなたは天狗なのですか？
He was going to badmouth him, but then he called him sir.
いかにもです。僕は天狗の一族。人々に矜持を与えるのが仕事なのです。
Just burdens? But isn't that a bad thing? I know, right?
はいです。疫病神なんて言われたりもするです。でも、僕は自分の仕事に誇りを持っています。だから、何を言われたところでへっちゃらです。
So many impossible thoughts filled my mind as I struggled to keep up. The Tengu is a god who casts burdens on people, but he's been stalking me for a while now. Oh, and I took a moment and looked back on my life. Ever since I was a little kid, I had terrible luck. School trips and field trips were filled with rain. Every time I visited a shrine, I drew a bad fortune. Oh, and that one time, there were so many small things, but they occurred with such frequency that even I started to believe I was unlucky. But all this time, all the bad luck in my life until now, that was all you.
違うです。ミサさんは自ら矜持を招く。それは既得な人間なのです。
He's like, don't blame me. As he looked at me, he took his eyes drooped dreamily.
まさに矜持の申し子。僕が夢中にならないわけないのです。
Hearing what he said, I grew pale. In other words, because I was so unlucky, I caught the eye of the god of burdens.
てめえの体質のおかげで神に見入られるとはな。
He just laughs at her. That isn't funny at all. Gosh, how could I be so unlucky? Huh, but didn't the priest exorcise you? Why are you still able to show up like this now?
そうなのです。僕、あなたに対して力を使えなくなっちゃって。
What's the conflict going to be in this? Minami trying to get her now that the god's not protecting her?
でも、無力な僕でも神は神ですから。僕がそばにいることで、このあやかしたちからあなたを守ることができるです。
Oh, I see. So you're going to get rid of these spirits for me, right?
それは、さっき言った通りなので、あなたに対して力を使えないから。
You're useless.
あなたについたあやかしも追い払うことはできないです。
Just like that, my hopes were crushed. Yukimaro laughed, clearly entertained by the whole situation.
それならばどうして現れたのか。
邪魔するくらいできるってか。
Surprisingly, Toka laughed as he slowly shook his head.
彼女のそばに神の存在があることをあなた方に知らしめるのが目的ですから邪魔はいたしません。
His eyes just turned colors.
良いですか？あなた方のせいで彼女に何かあれば僕がいることをお忘れなきように。
ほう、これは。
Toka's expression, even his voice, seems to have changed. Okay, so it's not my imagination. A Tengu god, he had been stalking the protagonist, always watching over her. Presently, he appeared, this time to protect her from the spirits who appeared, but he looks so young, but he's actually quite mature.
お前、やばいもんに目つけられたな。気の毒になってきたぜ。
It feels bad. That includes you, too. You. Spirit of the Spirit Board, he appeared due to the protagonist incorrectly conducting the ritual. He is required to haunt the protagonist because of her mistake. He has a rough way of speaking. I kept my comment to myself, unable to say it directly to his menacing face. If you feel that way, why don't you just leave?
それとこれとは話が別だ。
He shut me down fast. What am I supposed to do now? Seeing as they weren't likely to leave anytime soon, I sagged my shoulders and hung my head.
ミサ、ご飯ができたわよ。 今日は翼から遅いって連絡あったから、2人で先に食べちゃいましょ。
Okay, I'll be right down. First things first, I should probably eat something. Then I'll...
やれやれ。やっと飯にありつけるのか。
Do you guys eat? Huh? Wait, come to think of it, he...
それで、主様の家はどこなのだ？腹が減ったので美味しいものを馳走してくれ。
Absolutely not. My mom's home.
その通りです。なんてずうずうしいあやかし。恥を知りなさいです。
腹が減っては幸福を与えてやれぬ。神様は主様が不幸になってもよいと。
幸福は自身で掴み取ってこそ。甘やかすだけのあやかしが彼女の成長を邪魔しないでほしいです。
天狗が言いそうなことだ。見入られた人間はたまったもんじゃねえ。
ああ、神にそんな口を聞いていいんですか？
そうだぞ小春。この口うるさい神様に矜持を与えられても知らぬぞ。
Yeah, be a little god.
てめえはどっちの側なんだよ。
口うるさいって何ですか？
As the spirits bickered, I sighed so deeply, it felt as though it was coming from the bottom of my heart. Mika looked over at me and waved his hand as if he was shooing me away. Does that mean I should leave while I still can? He seemed like he was distracting them from me. Thank you, Toka. I silently thanked him in my mind and rushed out of my room. During dinner alone with my mom, I felt so uncomfortable as I thought about the spirits. They had yet to show up so far. Who knows when they will, though.
何かあったの？さっきから落ち着かないわね。
Oh, no, nothing. I rushed to focus on the plate before me.
なんでもないってわけではないでしょ。落ち着かない理由は隠し事があるからよね。
Wait, don't tell me. My mind raced through impossible scenarios, including my mom having a sixth sense and was being able to sense the spirits.
電話をしても出てくれないばかりか、折り返しても来ないし。私が帰ってきた時も逃げるようにして部屋に上がってしまって。
I totally forgot she called. I'm sorry, I totally forgot you called. I felt like I had to hide it. I didn't think you'd figure it out.
そんなわけないでしょう。さやかちゃんのお母さんにたまたま会ってよかったわ。
She's going to ask about the career path survey, isn't she? Sayaka told her mom?
進路希望調査票。
I knew it.
どうして黙っていたの？
She had an accusing voice. I knew she was going to bring it up. Her words were totally unexpected, and time seemed to have stopped for a moment. So much has happened, I totally forgot about the survey. A different type of tension crept up my shoulders, and I gently put my chopsticks down. I need to tell her that I'm thinking about not going to stay in university. Those thoughts echoed in my heart, but I couldn't formulate the words.
聖銀大学一択だから言わなくてもいいってそう思っていたの？まあそれですでに提出しているのならいいのだけれど。
I didn't submit it yet. Glare. Mom gave me a dubious look. I wanted to run away from her gaze and turn my eyes down to my plate. You see,
もう決まっているのだから早く提出しておきなさい。
Wait, saying university is not...
そうそう、聖銀大学のオープンキャンパスに申し込んでおいたわ。
Oh no. What? I looked at my mom in disbelief. Why didn't you ask me?
相談も何も。聖銀大学の医学部へ行くのは決まっていたことじゃない。
It's true that I never specifically said no. I didn't want to go against her wishes, but that simply wasn't the case anymore. I feel bad that you went through all the trouble applying already, but I can't go. The open campus, I mean. I don't really want to go into medical anymore. I'm sorry it took me so long to tell you. Finally, I was able to tell her. It wasn't exactly the most elegant speech I'd ever made, but I was finally able to tell her.
そう。でも、今は興味がなくても、後から湧いてくるわ。
What the? I just told her I didn't want to go. Why is she still... Why do you want me to go so much? I had always sensed this has something to do with my father, but I wanted to hear her say it.
それはもちろん、安定と高収入が見込めるからよ。
I wasn't expecting her to respond that way, and I merely blinked back at her, dumbfounded. That's it?
今はわからないでしょうけど、これは大事なことよ。
But if that's what you want from me, then it doesn't have to be the medical field, right? Even if it's a job I'm interested in doing, if I get a company that's stable.
それじゃあ聞くけれど、あなたの希望する職種は何なの？
I didn't have anything to say. I didn't have anything I wanted to study. I couldn't think of anything. My mom smiled.
何もないならオープンキャンパスに行きましょう。それがあなたのためよ。
It's no use.
模擬授業や入試の説明会もあってね。絶対にあなたも気に入るわ。
It was pointless to say anything more at this point. I'm full. I stood up and took my unfinished plate over to the sink.
全然食べてないじゃない。
I no longer have an appetite. I couldn't even look at my mom. I couldn't help but sound icy as I replied to her.
ちゃんと食べないとダメよ。さっぱりしたものがいいなら今から作るから。
I don't want anything. I'm just tired. I'm going to my room. Usually after dinner, we'd hang out in the living room together, watching TV and talking. But today I couldn't bring myself to do so. I swiftly walked back to my room with my head hung low.
ああ、我の飯が。
残りもんでもいいのかよ。
Do they actually eat human food?
何を言う？残り物にこそ福があるのだぞ。それにしても神社で神頼みしていたのはこのことだったか。主様は悩んでおられるのだな。
進路なんて自由に決めさせてやればいいだろうに。
ミサさんのお母さんにとってはそうもいかないのです。
ほう、さすがはストーカー歴13年の神様であられるな。家族関係をよくわかっておられる。
ふんふんふん。僕にかなうストーカーはそういないのです。地獄にいる悪魔以外には。
That's really funny. So he is acknowledging Manami, that demon in hell. I know, he's been stalking her too. I returned to my room and started at my PC. I sensed three behind me, but they all seemed to understand the situation. They all remained quiet. I didn't want to say it like that, but I just couldn't stand how one-sided the conversation was with my mom. The same thoughts continued rolling over and over in my head, and I kept sighing. I searched things like career path stress and career path parents' wishes. I wondered how many people faced the same kind of stress as I did. I found myself desperately seeking answers. Then I took out the career path sheet and let out a big sigh. It's not ripped this time, so I wonder what the conflict is going to be. The due date to return the paper was getting closer and closer. Maybe that's the conflict. What do I do? I won't even be able to submit it at this rate.
主様、少し良いか？
I heard Yukimaro calling out from behind, so I turned around.
今の主様の状態では考えても答えは出ぬと思うのだが。
But I have to submit this career path survey. Besides, my mom thinks I don't know what I want to do, and at this rate... As I spoke, I looked down again. I heard Kaharu, who was sitting close by, sigh aloud.
あいつを見守ってる神様さんよ。手助けしてやらねえのか？
自らで乗り越えることこそ成長につながるのです。
真面目な神様なこった。 ま、俺にすればあいつはただの犬だ。どうなろうが知ったこっちゃねえ。
Even people, even humans care what happens to their dogs. He's like, nope, don't care. Although his words sounded dismissive, for some reason Koharu stood up and walked over to me.
おい、犬。ちょっと付き合え。
What? What now? His words were deliberate and came out of nowhere. Just as I hesitated, sound of a growling in the stomach echoed through the room.
腹が減ったのだ。
What is he doing? The culprit was Yukimaro. He dove into my bed and started to fling his arms and legs around like a child. Goodness.
うるさいですよ。あやかしなのにお腹の虫が鳴るなんて意地汚いったらないです。
おい、犬。早くしろ。
Irene just calls her dog. The things started to get loud again, and I stood up from my chair, unable to ignore them. Bring them food or listen to Koharu. Let's see. Okay, so it changes in Koharu's. So we're going to say bring them food, because we're not going down Koharu yet. I looked over at Yukimaro and let out a sharp breath. Okay, I'll bring you guys some food. And Koharu, if you're going to complain about that, do it to Yukimaro's empty stomach.
おお、さすが主様。わかっておられるの。
たく、雪丸を甘やかしてもいいことねえぞ。
If it'll quiet Yukimaro down, I frankly don't care what else happens. With that, I left my room. I silently went down to the living room to survey things. Mom's not here, maybe she's in her room. Given everything that had happened, I really didn't want to run into her.
何をご馳走してくれるのだ。
You're following her. Yukimaro's voice called from right behind me, and I jumped in response. You followed me.
待ちきれなくての。
Your family's gonna think you're crazy. I quickly gave up trying to shoo him back to my room, and we quickly walked towards the kitchen. Luckily, the food I didn't eat was still on top of the counter. Mom must have left it out for me. She even wrapped it. Just left it out to get bacteria. I can warm up the food using the microwave. I wonder if he wants rice. That's when I realized. Hey, so spirits eat human food. That's what I've been wondering this whole time. I looked at him from the kitchen to see him waiting excitedly.
台所から盗み食いするあやかしもおるからの。墓や地蔵に備えてあるものを勝手に食べる者もおる。我は好意で備えてくれたものを食べておったな。
Offerings? Yukimaro, you're a guardian spirit, right? I don't know much about spirits, but are you, like, enshrined somewhere? Sayaka did tell me that the guardian spirits were spiritual beings who made you happy. I've never really heard of them being enshrined. Yukimaro squinted as if he was reminiscing about something from long ago.
そういう時もあった。という話じゃ。
There seemed to be a deeper meaning behind his words, but I didn't want to pry. So he used to be enshrined, but now he's a guardian spirit in training. So if you're in training, when do you become an official guardian spirit?
それは主様が鍵を握っておる。
He pointed his fan towards me, and I couldn't help but pull away.
主様を幸福にすれば、見習いから正組合員になれるのじゃ。
I see, so that's why I'm the key. But does that make me on-the-job training? When I finished warming the food, I put the plate and bowl of white rice in front of Yukimaro. It's just leftovers, but here you go.
良い匂いじゃ。ありがたくいただこう。
He sat down in front of me and happily started digging in. I wonder, for people who can't see him, would the plate of food just be floating in the air? At least she's asking the same things that I've been wondering. I'm like, if he were to go down there and eat with her mom there, would the food float up and disappear into That's what I'm wondering. If Mom saw this, I was suddenly filled with worry. I'll just have to find a way to play it off if that happens.
手作りの料理は久しぶりで嬉しいの。真心がたっぷり詰まったものはどんなものでもごちそうじゃ。
Made with love. I know, right? My mom never expected us to cook for her. No matter how busy she was, she would always make dinner for us.
はあ、これは美味。それにバランスの良い食事じゃ。これを毎日食べられておる主様は幸せ者だの。
Despite being tired from work, she even thought about how to make a healthy meal for us. And yet I told her I didn't want to eat it. Oh. I take my mom's kindness for granted. I gripped my knees as the realization hit me.
ちょっとわざとらしかったかの。
You do that on purpose. Huh?
我の言葉で母上のことを考えたのであろう。
Yes.
主様は主様自身でいっぱいいっぱいという感じだが、もしかしたら母上もそうなのかもしれん。
So there's something more to him than just a reckless, hungry spirit. Well, that's good. He's doing stuff deliberately to help her. What does he mean by that? As I mulled the thoughts over in my mind, Yukimaro pushed the plate over to me.
とりあえず母上の言う通りきちんと食べるのは必要じゃぞ。
Yukimaro smiled, and I couldn't help but smile back. In that case, do you mind if I have a few bites of your food, Yukimaro?
よいよい。誰かと共に食べる食事ほどうまいものはない。
I brought a pair of chopsticks over and took a bite of the food that Yukimaro offered. Delicious and gentle flavor spread through my mouth, making my heart feel warm. You're right, it's delicious.
良い笑顔じゃ。久方ぶりに腹がいっぱいになりそうじゃな。
I never thought a spirit would cheer me up. That's his job, so... But having spent some time together with these spirits, I felt I was starting to understand them. He doesn't seem like a bad spirit. In his smile, I found myself thinking kindly of him. Yay. It's so long that it has to wrap around the screen. That's funny. It sure does fill me with relief to see her eating while looking so content. Earlier she had seemed so dejected. It was nice to see her looking happy. As I stared at her, she suddenly looked bashfully up at me. Could you not stare so much? It's kind of hard to eat with you doing that.
うん。それは我慢してもらおう。我の栄養補給中なのでな。
Your nutrients? Is that to stare at her? Replenish your nutrients.
主様の笑顔が我にとって栄養なのだ。
That's cute. In that case, I'd rather you just eat. Rather you just eat? Yeah. She still doesn't get it. Her smile is like no other form of nutrition. I wish she would smile even more. I wish it from the bottom of my heart. As a guardian spirit in training, I'd made so many mistakes. Nothing really had gone well up until now. But I feel like her and I are a good match. No, I know we're a good match.
主様、これからよろしく頼むぞ。
Where did that come from? She stared back at me, visibly confused by my declaration. This is only the beginning. A life of servitude. After I returned to my room, I took the career path survey that was sitting on top of my desk. What should I do about this? I muttered to myself and quickly got an answer.
しなきゃいいだろ。
He's like, just quit. I turned around to see the three of them there.
お、小春もたまには良いことを言う。主様の状況が見えてきて情が湧いてきたかな。
そんなんじゃねえよ。うだうだ悩んでうざってってだけだ。たたってるこっちがめいっちまってイライラするんだよ。
I was just thinking, I'm like, your job is to haunt her. What does that even mean? That usually means usually that's a bad thing. But for him, it just means I have to stay here and watch you. Hearing Koharu put it in such selfish terms irritated me too. He doesn't even know what I'm going through. Even if he's intimidating, I couldn't stay quiet about this. This is about me, so please don't meddle. I spoke clearly and harshly, and for some reason, Kohara returned my words with a smile.
言うじゃねえか。そうやってはっきり物が言えるのに。
Then,
主様、小春はな、それが主様を焦らせているのなら、一度頭から切り離すのが良いだろう。そう言うておるのだ。
勝手に美化してんじゃねえ。
oh, he's talking to him. What did he say? Perhaps you should find a way to take your mind off of it. Oh yeah, just don't do it. Take my mind off this, so I should try and escape? Not fully understanding what he was trying to say, I cocked my head in response.
てめえには何のために口がついてんだ。ない頭ばっかりひねって時間を無駄にしてんじゃね
主様は考えすぎて空回りしておる。それは時間を無駄にする行為。
He's speaking for him, the kid.
え。提出先に待ってくれと言えば済む話だろ。
もう少し待ってほしいと言えば心に余裕が生まれる。そうなれば良い案が浮かぶやもしれん。
This is really funny.
てめえはさっきから勝手に翻訳してんじゃねえよ。
Please keep going, it's really funny.
小春の言うことは分かりづらいからの。付き合いの長い我しか分からぬだろうに。
I hadn't even thought of that. I'd been trying to run away from reality for so long I was unable to see the whole big picture anymore. That's why I couldn't even come up with an option to talk with my teacher about. Ohara took a step forward and gave me a stern look.
命令だ。明日提出を待ってくれと言ってこい。
It's an order.
お前に拒否権はない。犬は主人に従うまで。
So, she's a master to Yukimaro, and she's a servant to Koharu. He spoke forcefully, yet there was a certain warmth in his words.
命令とあらば、主様は従わなくてはならぬの。拒否すればどんな目に遭わされるか。ああ、恐ろしや、恐ろしや。
That's so annoying. I wonder if bad things does happen to her if she disobeys, because he said the next time you disobey, I'll be forced to make you pay for it. He said the words with such dramatic flair I couldn't help but giggle. You're right. I guess I have no choice but to do as you say. In my words, Koharu smiled. However, he seemed to notice me watching and his expression returned to his usual scowl. He's so cute. Koharu, why are you giving me so much advice? He scratched his head and looked away, blushing.
しけた面されてった。たたりがいがねえってだけだ。
No fun haunting you. His cheeks flushed red with embarrassment. So even if I thank him, that makes him blush. In that case, then I have no choice but to comply, Koharu. He smiled faintly.
そろそろ眠くなってきたの。さて、心情を共にするわけにもいかぬ。我々は猿としようかの。
Well, at least they made that decision for her.
ああ、そうだな。人と関わると疲れて仕方ねえ。
Come back tomorrow. I didn't know spirits slept. They don't in every other route. Well, I guess Manami does, but only because he goes into your dream. Just as they were about to leave, Toka, who had been quiet this whole time, glided toward me.
おやすみなさい。眠っている間は気配を消しますが、変わらずあなたを見守っています。
What does erasing your aura do? Wait, does that mean he's going to stay? I won't be able to sleep like that. Toka, please rest somewhere else. I chose my words carefully, but he returned my pleas with a serious gaze.
そばにいることはしません。ただ、あなたの夢を守るだけですから。
Yes, protect you from Manami.
だから、ゆっくり眠ってください。
He has to be there, or Manami's gonna haunt your dreams. My dreams? Didn't know what he meant by that, but as long as he wasn't literally here with me, I'd be okay. Thank you. Upon hearing him say he protected me, I felt it only right to thank him. After they left the room, I got ready for bed and climbed in. Finally, I let out a big sigh of relief. So much has happened today. Yukimaro, Koharu, and even Toka. Yet despite how terrible my initial reaction to them was, I felt having them around relieved the panic I was feeling in my heart. Guess they're not such bad people after all. Well, I guess they're not really people, huh? I laughed wryly and turned off the lights. Felt like I could get a good night's sleep. Immediately after thinking that, I fell asleep. I hope that's the end, because I have to get ready and go somewhere. Yay, chapter 2. Got like little bells, like little sleigh bells at the beginning of chapters. Yeah, I have to get ready and go to a movie, so I'm recording early today because so that way I could just edit when I come home and then post it. I'm looking forward to this route. I look forward to every route, and this one seems no less entertaining than the rest. Though I wish I was going down Koharu instead of Yukimaro, but it's fine. Yukimaro has his moments, so he's already charmed me with a couple of those moments. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy, drop a like down below and or subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.